Good morning. This is Marcus Solar at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Wanted to thank you all for taking time out this morning to listen into the webinar on Retirement Analyzer, a great software tool to share with your clients and prospects alike in helping them plan for their retirement future. We do have the privilege this morning of having Steve Goldstein and Brooke Thomas on the line with us this morning. They're going to be walking through the software. This is a key piece of software that helps you not only get introduction to prospects, but also build for many years with those prospects into year-long clients over the years and get referrals down the road as well. Again, my name is Marcus Solar. I'm one of the annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And the administrator here in the office for this software. We do have a number of different items to cover this morning. So if you do have questions, please feel free to put them in the box on the right side there. We will try to cover those as we go through the webinar this morning. Let's go through some housekeeping items and get started this morning. Again, Insurance Agency Marketing Services has been in the business now 30 years, helping independent producers with their business and growing their agencies with our new Producer Builder program. A way for us to say thank you for joining us and welcome aboard. It is a way for us to help you get started with either $100,000 in single premium life business or $100,000 in fixed index annuity premium, all the way to the $1 million level in the first 6 months you're on board with us. We help you out with either a 1,500 piece postcard mailing at the $100,000 level or $750 in cash back, all the way to the $1 million level. We can help you with some core story brand builder, get published in major networks like ABC, Fox News, or NBC, or help you with some more preset, pre-qualified appointments with 8 to 10 of those to help keep your pipeline full. Again, it is a way for us to say thank you, welcome aboard, and we look forward to many years and a great relationship for many years to come. We also have the IMS Business Builder programs. We do understand here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services that it is very expensive to run your business. We would like to help offset those costs for you. How do we do that? We do that through the referral producer program and the marketing reimbursement program. Marketing reimbursement program is we pay you $100 in marketing reimbursement for every $100,000 in index annuity premium you place through our doors, $200 for every $100,000 in single premium life, and $200 for every $10,000 in life target premium. Again, a way that we can share in the costs for your everyday business expenses. I think we do also have some of the best back office support, whether you're looking for help with your submission of business through our office. We try to take some of that back office business and transition off of your desk so you can do what you do best, which is continue to meet with prospects and clients alike. We can help you with the case design up front, life and annuity quotes, top sales expertise and coaching. We do offer the paperless contracting, forms at your fingertips, and tools and resources. Once you do place a business, Amber Williams and her team does a wonderful job of doing all the follow-up for you. So you can, like I said, continue to do what you do best, which is meet with prospects and clients and continue to do business and let us do the rest. We do offer Firelight, which is our electronic application process. We do have 85 to 90% of the carriers that we do offer on this platform. It is a way to eliminate a lot of the errors that are being made on the paper application process. It is out on our website at www.imsinc.com. It does, like I said, eliminate a lot of the errors, so you get the policies much quicker in your client's hands, and you are paid much quicker on the commission side of the house as well. If you have any questions on our Firelight application process, you can certainly call and talk to any of the sales directors in our office at the 800-255-5055. and we'll be more than happy to walk you through and help get you registered for this platform. We do have the creative marketing solutions team, one of the, I think the best again in the industry. It is run by Curtis Hawks in our office and Jacob Tedlock. They do offer a plethora of different strategies to help brand your business in your own backyard. No matter if you are just starting to get into the business and you need help with a business logo for your letterhead or a website, or if you've been in the business 15 or 20 years and you're looking at rebranding your business or looking at doing some green screen advertising for the major networks, we can certainly meet you where you're at and help you achieve that next level. So whether you're looking at doing the digital solutions, any type of business card, logo design, brochures, or the turnkey solutions, please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to give you some consulting on your marketing, offer you a marketing analysis, which we take a look at all of your different marketing strategies and make recommendations going forward. Please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out in achieving your goals here in 2022. When we aren't in the office, and before I do get into our website, we do make a promise to our advisors, since we do realize that if it wasn't for you in the field, it wouldn't be for us in the office. We do have a 2-ring challenge here in the office that every time that you do call into our home office, we do not have voicemail here at Insurance Agency Marketing. We do promise to answer every phone call live with a live person within 2 rings to give you the best service available in the marketplace today. When we are not in the office, we do offer all of those services, or most of those services, available on our website at the www.imsinc.com. We do offer all of the different quoting services out there, whether you're looking at life insurance or annuity software. We do offer the Sales Resource Library, which offers presentation materials for the weekends when we are not in the office during regular business office. We do offer the annuity grids, life insurance, long-term care grids for products as well. So any additional information you might need when we are not in the office or outside business office hours is available to you at your fingertips at our website. For those that are looking to deepen the relationships with their current clients and improve those client retention and increase your revenue, we do offer IMS Wealth Management. If you are looking at achieving your Series 65 license and not looking to pass those assets to another advisor, possibly down the road, or another advisor in your own backyard, and you're looking at getting that license or that designation, please give our IMS Wealth Management a call. They'll be more than happy to help you get that license and achieve that additional business within your practice, so you aren't running the risk of losing that client. You can certainly reach out to either Mike Hansen or Charles Hearing Jr. They'll be more than happy to answer any questions with regards to that Series 65 license that you might be asking, and they'll be more than happy to help or assist you in any way in achieving that goal. We do and are helping our advisors currently qualify for our Top Producer Summit. That's been running from December 1st of 2020. That qualification period does end June 30th of 2022. It is a producer's trip to Italy, a cruise. Qualification is 4.5 million points in annuity production. The nice thing here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services is any production for any line of business does qualify you for the trip. For all the different qualifications, please give our office a call. We'll be more than happy to break down each line of business for you. But it is a trip that will leave August 28th in Rome, Italy, and return to Venice, Italy on 9/4. So if you want a guaranteed spot for that trip, again, 4.5 million points to qualify, and you will solidify your spot on that cruise with our top producers within the industry. here at Insurance Agency Marketing. We do offer the Life and Annuity Academy. This is an all expense paid trip between the carrier and Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We do bring in the top 4 producers. Our next trip is going to be in conjunction with North American in April. We're going to be talking about top sales ideas and strategies, both on the annuity and the life insurance side of the house, annuity industry threats and trends. We're going to be talking about wealth transfer tools like Retirement Analyze we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about large life case marketing, software tools, what our top producers are using in keeping their pipelines full, what's working for them post-COVID, what's not working for them, how they overcame those objectives or objections within their practice. So there's really not any topic that is not untouched at these events. If you are interested in attending our next Life and Annuity Academy with North American, please give our office a call and indicate so. You can reach us here at the number listed below, the 800-255-5055, or you can go out to our website at www.imsinc.com and indicate it out on our website, and we will be in touch to ask some clarifying questions around that up and coming event. If you are out on social media, we do have Facebook and LinkedIn. The links are below. We try to update those with daily or weekly topics, especially around hot topics which are in the industry. One of the hottest topics currently has been suitability and the 8424 form that just went into effect. So we have several different articles and updated information around that topic. So please like and follow us. We'll be more than happy to keep you updated on hot topic and events which are going on here within the industry and around insurance agency marketing. So please click like and follow. At this point in time, what I would like to do is thank again Steve Goldstein and Brick Thomas for joining us this morning. They're part of they are the owners of Retirement Analyzer and Thomas Gold Solutions. They took over for Cravens and Associates many years back. I won't say how many years because I'll date myself in that conversation, but it's a great organization. They are advisors themselves, so they bring a plethora of knowledge from the consumer side of the table to the advisor side of the table, understand how a consumer thinks, understands how an advisor thinks, puts that all together in a very simplistic way for a consumer to understand the information that's being passed across the table. I always look at it from the same side of the table that an advisor is sitting at when it comes to somebody's retirement income plan. Also, it is a software program that is one that you can build on each and every year, since somebody's life does not stay stagnant. You can change this plan year in and year out and help your clients understand each year how their plan changes, so you can help them adjust each and every year as they move forward towards their retirement goals. So at this point in time, I want to thank Steve and Brooke for taking some time out today to walk through the software. And at this point, I'll turn it over to them. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus. I just want to be able to show my screen here, so let's see. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Marcus, I think you probably can. Is that correct?
We're good to go.
We are good to go. Okay, again, thanks, Marcus, for having us. Thanks, guys, for your time. We know how valuable it is. We're going to talk a little bit today. We're going to give you an update, really. Brooke and I have been doing this for about 11 years or so, and we have some exciting new version out there, and we're going to give you an overview of our plans for 2022. But the one thing I wanted to say before I flip it over to Brooke is this, really, what do we do as a software company to provide value to you? And the one thing I could say is this, really, if we were just going to try to get it down to one thing, we give you a software solution, okay, where we take care of as much as we can under the hood. We're talking provisional income, RMDs, FICA tax, anything that you can think of that should be part of a plan is actually in there. Okay, and so what does that mean? That means that actually you can take this program and you can test the numbers if you want. We have people in charge of just testing the numbers. That's their whole job, to test the numbers. But if we give you good concrete numbers and you can go do what you do best, which is, talking to the client, making them feel comfortable, showing them certain situations and things like that, then I think we've done our job. So we basically put together a software program that does a lot of the work under the hood. You can go under the hood to show it if you want. It's up to you. But just to realize that, that the numbers are good and they're explainable. And I think that's most important. So Brooke, anything else to add to that before we get in or no?
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Again, thank you for your time. Just one little thing to add to that. If you're not as detailed of an advisor and you want to just keep it simple, I think the beauty of Retirement Analyzer is it will let you do just that. Or if you want to get in the weeds and dissect all the taxes, you can go there. It'll really accommodate both sides of the spectrum there. Now, let's talk about support, because I think this is key for us here at Thomas Gold. Similar to IMS, we try to answer the phone, and if we don't answer the phone, we promise to get back to you the same day, and we're pretty good about answering. In addition to that, we have a power line, so open every business day from 8 to 5 Central. We'll help you with anything software related. The one thing we don't do on the power line is any product recommendations, so you still need to reach out to your IMS team for your illustrations and things of that nature. Now, Power Hour training goes Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. Guys, these are not canned presentations, so you can bring your questions, you can bring a file. We'll get through as many as we can in that hour block of time. It's just a first come, first serve type of format. Now, Wednesday Weekly goes every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central. This is casework. So Steve teaches this class. We'll do deep dives into, Roth conversion, tax work, things of that nature. Success in 60, Steve and I teach this class every Friday. It runs at 10 a.m. Central. We talk about new things happening in the industry, new things we're doing with the software, etc. Sector sessions we do the second Tuesday of each month. This is a drill down into a specific area of the software. So we try to keep it about 45 minutes. They are recorded, so you can go back and watch them. All of our training, for the most part, is recorded, and we try to keep it short so that you guys can really be efficient when you're trying to learn. Now, quarterly virtual training, we're actually getting ready to start one of these in February. So they'll run every Tuesday and Thursday in the month of February. Actually, I think it's Monday and Wednesday. I apologize. And they go for an hour and a half per session. So we try to spoon feed you all of the information for Retirement Analyzer. We do a lot of casework in that class as well. Now, Admin University runs in March. It only goes twice a year. And again, a virtual type of format. We meet an hour per session twice a week. That one is all about data entry and keystrokes. That's a really good one to send your secretary or admin staff if they're the ones keying in files for you. That's the perfect thing to send them to. RA Max is where Steve will actually come out to your location and do a day and a half personalized boot camp training for you and your team. Give us a call for any pricing on that as well. And then last but not least, we have nationwide boot camps. We're getting ready to do Scottsdale actually next week, but that one is already sold out. We will have additional locations coming a little bit later in the year, so we'll keep you informed on that. All right, Mr. Goldstein, anything else to add to the training and support?
Well, I just want to challenge everybody listening. Where are you going to find live training every day from a software company? Okay, and the reason why we do all this, and I just want to highlight the quarterly virtual training that Brooke was talking about. That's our way to help you stay up with, we're in continuous development software program. And so how do we get those changes over to you so you can see what's going on? It's the quarterly virtual trainings, right? We have nationwide boot camps like Brooke's talking about. People have come to 2 and 3 of them following us around the country. Those are 2-dayers. 8 hours a day for 16 hours. And it really is a boot camp. And we give you everything we got. So we are live with you. And that might be, I think it's a lot different than other software companies out there, but we're live with you at least every day. And we do that for a reason, so you get the most out of your software. Okay? All right, what we're going to do, I think, now is we're going to just take you through our new version because, you know, it's still new. It came out October 9th, and we're still in a beta test format. But, Brooke, maybe what we could do is walk through, and then I have the Brown and the conversion file we could touch on. And then I would like to show, you know, the client portal maybe a little bit, and then C3 if we can.
Absolutely. So, guys, for those of you that have been using Retirement Analyzer, when you log in, it might look a little bit different. And Steve, can we actually flip back to the current version just for a moment? Okay, so this is the format that you guys are really used to seeing and very comfortable with.
Hang on, let me see if I can get back there, right?
Maybe I'll
get in there to come back. They might be pushing something out now. We'll try in a little bit, okay? Let's stay here for a second. Oh, there it is.
Okay,
there you go.
There we go. Okay, so this is what you guys are used to seeing. Now, what you'll notice is at the top, we have a Try New Version button. And before we click on that, what I want you to understand is you can open all of your existing files, excuse me, and work between the two versions without any interruption. So even if you flip to the new version and key additional information in, you can flip right back to the old and still be working in that file with things unchanged. They continue to talk to each other. So don't be scared, I guess is my point, to just try this new version. We really encourage you to do it. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So all you have to do is click Try New Version at the top, and you'll see it's going to stick right in the Gary and Jenna Brown file and flip you over to that new format. Now, one big difference between the old version and the new version, the old version worked off of a 9-tab format. And what I mean by that is these tabs down below. Again, previously we had 9 tabs. Now we have moved over to a 10-tab format. Guys, the only difference here is we separated the cash flows. So before, in the old program, cash flows were on tab 3, kind of clumped in with expenses. Steve and I made the decision to separate them out and make them on a tab right there, all by themselves. So tab number 4 now you can see is cash flows. That's really the only difference. Okay, now just quickly, some other cool things on tab 2 in this new program. We've got a little bit different pie chart format here for you. So previously you just had 2 pie charts that looked at risk. It was really that simple. Now we're going to keep those same 2 pie charts on the left-hand side and show you the risk. But on the right-hand side, we're going to give you a whole tax analysis pie chart breakdown as well. So some cool new things there to offer. Steve, anything else you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, I want to touch on this though. So you know, we're in a situation now where we're obviously, I mean, most people think, and I think too, is that we're in a low tax environment. So yeah, you can address risk, but what's more risky, risk or qualified money where you have to pay tax over your lifetime? You got to ask yourself that question. And so what we did was we actually stuck with red on both sides. Okay, obviously risk, right, where you can lose principal in bad market conditions or something like that. That's red. Okay, so you can current and then what they want. But we also gave you current tax classification. See, qualified balance. Now, there's a lot of mouse overs like this where you can actually mouse over these pie charts, and you can show your clients what they have today and then what they would have at legacy if you were to incorporate a certain strategy, you see. So we're going to show you that. But again, we address risk with investment risk, but we address risk and tax, you know, tax having to be paid in the future risk. And so there's a big emphasis on that in the new version of the software like Brooke's talking about.
All right, perfect. Steve, did we want to go into those sample files?
Yeah, we do, but let's I just want to show you a couple things here. Now, we got a news page, right, that's kind of like the old news page. It has a more techier look to it, though, right? Techier. I'm telling you, we're making our own words. It's great. You have that. They're cascading from right to left. We find that the investment news is probably the most relevant to what we do, right? So they're scrolling. We also have Thomas Gold Talk right here. Now, this is neat, right? Because this is our foray into 24-hour service. So if you're a user, you know, you can post, right? And you don't know, you might get an answer from us, you might get an answer from another user, but people watch this, and it really is extensively used now. I mean, there's a lot of people that pay attention to Thomas Gold Talk. So we have our community of about 7,000 advisors or whatever, like all participating and helping each other. So Thomas Gold Talk right here at the top. Or do you want to touch on the locker real quick, and then we'll just go into the files, or what?
Absolutely. So this locker houses tons of surrounding material. You guys can access all of our our recorded training. You can access appointment forms. We've got an entire eDeck program that's really kind of like a seminar program, 4 different presentations in there that all kind of revolve around Retirement Analyzer. We also have fact sheets that are going to give you all sorts of new 2022 stats. So just tons of good stuff in here. The one thing I will say is we're doing a huge upgrade to this locker in the next 2 days. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff being overhauled, but bear with us. We should have it all done by Monday.
Let me throw something at you that we're considering. Brooke and I are developing this now. What about a PowerPoint slide library? What do I mean by that? Okay, what if we put 250 slides into this library, right? You can go in there and you can grab the slides that you want to use for a presentation. Say you want to talk about, the new RMD rules, or, net unrealized depreciation NUA, or tax loss carry forwards, and you need a couple slides to explain it in on a 6th grade level so your clients get it. Well, we do a lot of writing on a 6th grade level in the software, so everybody does get it. And so we'll transfer that to this PowerPoint slide library where you can actually go in and take what you need, right? There'll be all kinds of topics in there. Okay, so we're going to work on that, and we're going to develop that, and we'll put it in the software program for you.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And just quickly, the C3 that you see up at the top there, we are also in heavy development on a CRM that's going to be inlaid right within Retirement Analyzer. So again, it's going to talk back and forth. There will be no double data entry. We're super excited about this. It's going to do a lot of data mining. So it's going to look at your files. It's going to say, this client has a ton of tax risk, for example, or here's your client with the highest amount of assets. So lots of great data mining that's going to come out of this C3 application.
And let me just say this, though, like if you have 1,000 clients and I can tell you and you can rank them, right, from the highest amount of total tax paid over their lifetime, and you could maybe take, I don't know, from like say 500 down all the way up, these people here from 500 all the way up, and you could send them out a piece on doing a Roth conversion and getting this tax down. I mean, isn't that great, right? But you look at your whole base to, all is one. And you can see the categories we're looking at here. We could do anything in here. But what this is doing, just like Brooke said, we're mining all of your Retirement Analyzer clients because these 2 programs are synced. So C3 and Retirement Analyzer are synced together. And so we're going to start to do some of the heavy lifting for you and give you some ideas on what you can do, right, to generate some business and stuff like that. So this data mine, like Brooke's talking about, it's here. We have campaign, we have everything. We're really spending a lot of time on tasks. Today's tasks, 30-day tasks, all tasks, completed tasks. We're going to give you spots to put everything. And then we will be able to integrate with Redtail and or bridge from Redtail and Salesforce also at some point, maybe even Wealthbox. So if you can actually bridge your information into onto an Excel spreadsheet, we can actually take it from the Excel spreadsheet and bridge it into C3. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on that, but I don't want to say too long on that. So there we go.
Guys, and don't panic. If you're using Redtail or Salesforce, you absolutely do not have to use the C3 application. You can keep doing business as you have been. So, all right, let's jump into a sample file. We kind of touched on the big differences with the tabs, etc. Steve, do you want me to just touch on the entries?
Let's just run through the first 3 tabs, first 5 tabs, and then we'll solve.
So these folks are still working. They're planning to retire in January of 2025 together. You can see that's at Gary's age of 63 and Jenna's age of 62. And what they've indicated is they want to kick Social Security on at age 65. So pretty straightforward. They're just going to draw 1 benefit for life, and the benefit amounts you can see over there on the right-hand side. Now in the pension section, Gary has a pension. It's going to turn on right when he retires, and it's going to produce $425 a month with a 50% survivor option attached to that. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and move over now to tab 2. On tab 2, we can see they've got a lot of different stuff entered in this spendable assets section. So we can see the tax classification. That's a really important driver in our program when we're looking at RMDs and taxation, things of that nature. So make sure that you guys are dialing that category in. I do review a lot of files where people just leave it as 1099 interest. Don't be that advisor. It is really important. All right, we can see investment vehicle, lots of different stuff to choose from there. Allocation, you can choose between either emergency, low risk, or at risk. We keep it pretty simple in our application. And then last but not least, we have value and monthly contributions. So this is going to be enough for probably the bulk of advisors, but if you're an agent that really likes to get specific with taxes and dividends and things of that nature, you can always go into these I buttons, and they're going to provide a lot of additional fields here for, again, you to be more specific. So you can build in employer matches, you can show tax options, etc.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. So that's our spendable assets section. We also have a protected assets section. This can accommodate things like real estate, max funded life policies, things that are really going to be included in net worth but not go through spend down automatically. Okay, then we have a SPIA section and an income benefit annuity section. In your data entry, the thing I would say is just get it in the right spot, and then we do all the work under the hood for you when it comes to distributions, RMDs, etc. Now down below, we kind of touched on these pie charts. I don't want to go over that again, but note that on the right-hand side, you can build in rate of return information, and we've got a portfolio information summary down there in that bottom section for you. So one big thing we look at in our program is minimum retirement funds. Make a mental note, it's $50,000 in this example, and what we're going to do in a later tab is show you a caution light if the client ever drops below that amount. Okay, let's go ahead and move to tab 3. Tab 3 is where we tackle expenses. One, I think it's very cool thing in our application is you guys can go in and you can customize your expense plan. So if you've got a certain way you like to do the budget, you can lock a template and it'll open every single time to your particular way. You can make 5 templates if you want to and be able to click and choose very quickly which template you want. The other thing that's awesome about this expense plan section is you can email it out to a client. They can fill it out, and then they submit it to you. It'll notify you when they do, and you can import all of that information at the click of a button right back into the software. So awesome feature, makes it very easy where you don't have to rekey these budgets. And they're totally customizable. You can show inflation rates per category. You can show start and stop dates per category, so it's really flexible for you. That's really the highlight of tab 3. Just make a mental note in this example, the client's spending $8,000 a month. All right, let's jump over now to tab 4. Tab 4, this is a big difference in our software between the new and old version, but you can see the future cash flow section is now showing right here. The thing we did too is we really opened up this cash flow statement, and it's going to show right there on the bottom before you kind of had to click a button to get to this view. But it's giving a client a breakdown of what's happening within every month of the year from a cash flow standpoint.
Let me throw something in here, though, guys. You want a number to talk about? We'll give you a number to talk about. Now, this cash flow statement is for the next 12 months. See how it goes from February to January 23? That would defaults to the next 12 months. And we give you this number here of your expenses. What percent of your expenses are covered by a job or Social Security or pension or income benefit annuity or whatever, okay? But here's the deal. In pre-retirement where we are now, yeah, it's 100%. Okay, but watch this, though, and tell me if you could use this number. What if we select the year and we go to 2037? Okay, and I can take you down here, and I can get you into the 50s. Now, what do you do with that? Okay, so and you right? What would you do with that? Well, now I'm only at 54%. So I need, right, 99.86, and only 54% in this case are coming from pension and Social Security. So what if you sold an income benefit annuity and turned the income on, and then all of a sudden this went up to about 75? You see what you can do here, though, right? So if only 50% or so is guaranteed, what if the market takes a hit? All right, you can have a little problem here. So these are the kinds of numbers, if you spend some time on the training, you can actually take advantage of it and have conversations about. Okay, just wanted to say that, Brooke. Go ahead.
No, it's a great point. Guys, do keep in mind too, if you have questions, please let us know. All right, tab 5 is going to give us an entire breakdown of tax. Again, just know it's there. It really puts it in an easy format. You can see just tons of good tax information. There's a lot of charts at the bottom as well where you can look at cumulative tax, provisional income, tons of good stuff. Okay, let's jump over now to our pre-retirement tab. And this is really from today up until the client's point of retirement. The biggest tab, though, that we focus on in our software is tab 7. And this is where it's going to start from retirement and go all the way through the client's age of 100. I always tell clients this is where the rubber meets the road. We're going to find out pretty quickly if what you're doing now today is going to work in the long run. And you can see in this example, it's not. The client drops below that $50,000 reserve mark right here in 2045 at the age of 83. Then their retirement funds are completely exhausted by age 85. Now, some clients might say, you know what, Brooke, if I'm out of money at age 85, what do I care? But I tell you what, people are living longer than ever before. And Steve and I try to really explain that to them. You know, do you want to have to rely on your children, et cetera? We like to create cushion, if we can, throughout the client's age of 100. So that's the ultimate goal in our minds. Now, we call this step 1 in our 3-step sales process, and it's simply to give a client a snapshot of where they are today. Okay? If they've got this red line popping up, you're going to create a spin-off file, and you're going to call it step 2, red line alleviation. Sometimes we call it balance, whatever makes sense for you. And there's a lot of different things they can do. It might be a combination, working longer, spending less. Maybe they have real estate they could look at, liquidating. Maybe they have a home that's paid off that maybe they could do a HECM and extract some money from the home. There's tons of things that they can do. But our whole goal in step 2 is really how do we get rid of this red line and create that cushion? Okay, so Steve's going to work now to show you a few strategies that we can put in place to do that.
And let me just say one thing about what Brooke's talking about. The lion's share of the work is done in this first scenario. Okay, that's what happens here. You're not gonna have to enter the information again. No, not at all. So watch what I'm do. I'm gonna jump to the reports and print pages for a second. Okay, now this is where we kind of consolidate all of the scenarios. Okay, and what we did was I want you to pay attention to the ones on this side right here. So this is what we just looked at right here. Okay, let me get rid of these here. I don't want to talk about these here today. I'll just clear them up. See, I can put them in my archive and go get them later if I want. Okay.
One other thing too, Steve, just quickly, guys, if you're trying to use this drag and drop feature, our program is really optimized in Google Chrome. If you're having any trouble with it, what I'd say is pop into Google Chrome, just get in a habit of always being in Chrome when you use our application, and then all of this stuff will work flawlessly.
Okay. All right, so you take this one, right? You have all the information entered. They don't look good, like Brooke said, right? Then I take this and I copy it into this one. I take this and I copy it into this one, and I do these 3 things. Let me just fix this right here. Hang on. I do those 3 things, and look how much better it looks, okay? And it's not just $100,000 better, guys. It's $100,000 better and 15 years. That's a big deal. Okay, so we're looking for better outcomes. Clients buy outcomes. They do. And what I do is I take this one now and I copy it into here. I can put this underneath if I want, 1, 2, 3, right? But I copied into here. And then what did I do here? Well, here you go. I moved funds from a non-qualified investment account to a non-qualified income benefit annuity. I deferred for 10 and I began income in 32. Okay, and look how much better this looks. So 104. So we go from not feeling real good, right, to 104. Okay, the red line's alleviated, right? To hey, you know what? I have $262,000, over $250,000 left at age 100 if I get there. Okay, now let's open this for a second. I want to show you something, and I'll show you the Roth conversion quickly, and then we can take some questions. But we really want to give you as much information as possible. Okay, look, you put your mouse over this. This is college funding. Okay, you put your mouse over the spendable assets, it's going to break them down for you, including basis. Who does that? Right there on a mouse over. So in the E-Trade account, I started with 75. I got 143,000 now. Okay, so we give you mouse overs wherever we can. Okay, so basically you can just, it's almost like a video game, right? You can go through, as long as you know where to go, you can get the most out of this program. You really can. You got to know what to click, and you have to know, what mouse over to use. And the acclimation process, as far as Brooke and I, what we hear and what we know, it's probably 3 to 5 times through the software. And start it with yourself. If you're thinking about it, it's a big change, right? Okay, so do the analysis on yourself. You don't really have that many tabs to go through, right? 1, 2, 3, maybe some cash flows, maybe there's some input on 5, but really it's quick acclimation process. We designed it that way. Okay, but that's how easy it is, really. And what you'll get from a client is they'll say something like, well, I love this, so what do I have to do to get here? All right, let me show you a different one now. And this is very interesting too. You guys who are into tax and Roth conversions, I'm a tax geek. I can't believe I am, but I am. All right, look at this one. Now this is all set up in a different format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, just give me a second. There's all kinds of views here that you can look at. So here's the story on this one. What if you sit down with a client and they don't have a red line? Now, RA advisors aren't trained to just walk away, because what we want to do is know what makes up the 210. And look what's sticking down there in the bottom. Look at that 401k. Now that might catch a client by surprise. They still have qualified funds left at age 100. And what if I could take this and analyze it and say, hey, you know what? You're paying $365,000 in tax over your lifetime. And what if I could take that and copy it into here and run some Roth conversion scenarios? Let's say we convert $50,000 a year for 5 years. Look what I did to my tax. And even better, look what I did to my number. Now I went from 210 to 388, but watch this. So what would you rather have, right? Would you rather have 388 of a Roth or 210 of all this? Okay, there's some things that have to be addressed there, but the one on the bottom is red. It's scary, okay, for clients. It really should be scary, because they have no idea, right, what they're going to pay when they have to pay it. We also have some, if you want to get, real detailed, we can look at risk pie charts here and here. And this is at age 100. Here, you have 67% of the 210 is red, tax owed. Here, you have 100% of the balance is Roth, no tax owed. You see? So we can do anything in this software, guys. The question is, do you want to get involved and get acclimated to it? But, with the service we have and how intuitive the software is, you should be able to show clients anything they're looking for, even a dashboard view. Check this out. And this is what the client sees in the client portal. And let me show you what I did here. So we talked about this. Our taxes drop. Like if I do nothing, I have 210, but we have 365,000 in taxes to pay over our lifetime. If I convert, I drop my taxes from 365 to 244, and now I have 388 that's all Roth. Okay, now here's what I did here. I can compare down and I can compare across. What if I copy this over here and I double tax brackets in 2026? You can do that. Look at my projected taxes now, and I have to make an adjustment here. 656, 370, right? And to do that, watch. All I have to do is go like this. 656, 370. I must have typed the number wrong. There you go. All right, so our taxes skyrocketed, right, over 300,000, and because of that, I have no legacy funds if I sit there and do nothing. But if I Roth convert and I double the tax brackets, not as bad, right? I go from 244 to 337 in tax, much lower than 656, and I still have 318 left versus nothing, right? And this is all Roth. And you see how there's all kinds of things that you can do in here in these comparison of scenarios. And that's where we're going with this. Okay, so you could call our number and you could say, look, I think I got a detailed case the software might not be able to handle, and we beg to differ with you. Okay, we have workarounds, we have ways to do things, and you know what? If you do have something, right, that we can't, project or or show now, we'll just program it for you, and that's how we're set up here at Thomas Gold. So Roth conversions, max funded life policies, dividend and income, Social Security benefit, anything you want, we can do. I mean, you can see my list of clients. These are my sample files, and we do just about everything. Dividends, okay. We can do risk. We have a really nice, it's kind of like a pseudo sequence of returns setup that we can go through and we can send you a recording. But all the training's recorded, and we can send links out and you can take a look at them. Really helpful for to help you get acclimated to the software. I don't know, Brooke, I'm probably talking too much. Did I get everything for the most part?
No, I think you did. I would just say if anybody has questions to let us know.
I did have a couple questions pop up. It says, do you have a chart, a graph views for folks who go cross-eyed looking at spreadsheets and multiple numbers in boxes?
Yep, we do. And so it'll print out just like this now. So if you don't want to look at them, like if I'm back on my reports and print page, here, let me go to this other one where I was. Well, watch what you can do. You can actually change views. Let me get into this conversion file for a second. And you can change views. You don't have to stay with these numbers, right? You can go here, watch the risk and tax. And the reason why we're not talking about this over here is, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we're looking at risk today and risk at age 100. So we haven't developed that out yet, but you can pull up these pie charts and, anytime you want, just by clicking risk and tax. And there's nothing here because I'm out of money, and then risk and tax over here. So there's pie charts everywhere that print out nicely.
Okay.
You don't have to show a lot. One thing Brooke said in the beginning of the call, you make it as detailed as you want or as simple as you want. Okay, show whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay.
And it says, how does the software incorporate sequence of return risk?
Yep, we have a module here, and I'm not going to go into it too much, but I can actually send a recording over. But let me show you what we got. All right, I have a risk file right here, and sequence of returns risk is on tab number 10. Okay, and what we do is we actually take all of we run it at whatever rate you're projecting your analysis. We come up with a number, and then we actually take the rate that you're running, and we actually introduce hiccups. Okay, so you can geometric it. In other words, we're going to take 308 every year, or a geometric average of 308, 3.08, and these are the returns that you're going to get. And we're going to show differences. If you got 3.08 every year, which we know doesn't happen, right? You get about 1.262 million. If you get 3.08 and these are the returns, okay? And these are random returns, just like FINRA wants. This is a random return, string of returns. You would actually have a difference of about 694,000 with everything going on, the spending, the RMDs, everything. So it's not just a chart that doesn't have anything to do with the analysis. Every moving part in our analyses are here. And that's the number 694 is a real number with everything taken into consideration. So tab 10, we can do it. We have a recording we could show you. It's a long, drawn out process, the explanation. But when you get it, you can show ranges of outcomes here with different geometric rates of return.
Okay. I got a question on the cost to access the program. If you're licensed with Insurance Agency Marketing Services and doing business with us, we pick up the cost of the basic program itself. So you'd have access to the program itself and all the marketing materials. If you wanted to customize the program or attend any of the training that they talked about, you'd have to pay that out of pocket, which a lot of our advisors or my advisors, what they do is use their marketing reimbursement dollars to help offset those costs. As far as the 9 to know, Steve, is that something that still would incorporate into this software as well, or?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, 9 to know's in there. It's an extra charge of $25, but basically, you'd go through and you'd actually you could take the button and you can actually install it on your website, or you could send it out. There's a lot of people do here. People who are doing events, like teaching events, even at a library or something like that. What they'll do is they'll send 9 to know out. before the event or right after the event. And so when people get in trouble and they start to get worried, 9 to know will show a client after they enter 9 bits of information if they can retire when they want, or they might have a problem doing that. And so what happens is before the event, they bring those questions to the event.
Right.
Or right after the event, they're still pretty warm. They can go through this 9 questions. Do we have the time? Do you want me to run through one and just show you how it works?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll run through a 9 to know, and we also have a client portal that we didn't show. But let's go through the 9 to know now. 9 to know is run off the prospects page, and here's how it works. Okay, if I click this link right here, what it's going to do, it's going to actually help have you get started here. So let's get started, and I'll try to be really quick with this. I'm going to have a single person, and I'm going to have let's call her Doris. I've used every name, Mark. That's why I want to make sure I'm not duping names. I might have a lot of these Doris Joneses. Okay, and let's say she was born in 01/01 of 1965.
And while Steve is doing that, guys, and filling out this data entry, the link is specific to you as an advisor, so you guys can embed it on your website. You could even blast it out in an email campaign. And as the people click and fill out this information, it will log them automatically in your retirement analyzer system. It will also send you emails notifying you that they completed these 9 bits of information. And as you guys can see, they're super simple. We're looking at, just the basics. They should be able to fill this out very, very easily. The other thing is the first page that Steve clicked on is customizable. So if you guys want to make that look like your own, inlay a graphic, inlay a video, something of that nature, you can do that as well.
And basically, we grouped up all the qualified accounts because we don't have the time to sort them between, 403B, 457, IRA, that kind of stuff. We just want the basic information, and then once we get that, we will be able to actually find, to basically detail it up. Let's say the rate of return is 4.5, all right? And let's say our monthly expenses are $5,500. Okay, so basically we have all of these, right? And they're going to ask for an email. I'm going to use mine, and you will get an email when somebody does this, and I'll just use the company telephone number. Okay, all right. Now when that's done, that's 9. Okay, personal, salaries, Social Security, pensions, retirement accounts, anything else in accounts, rate of return expected, any monthly expenses, and your email. Now watch what happens when I click generate. Okay, here they're not getting a good result, right? Because they wanted to retire, right? In 37. So may not have sufficient funds to retire in 37. If you do, you're out in 53. Now this is key right here. See this? If you have 9 to know, this will be your name, obviously, right? And so they contact you, right? You can put a video in here thanking them for filling it out. But once they click contact Steve or contact you, then you'll get an email. You'll get an email when they even do this, and wanting you to contact them. But the one thing I wanted to show you is this: these are good for 14 days, so they could actually go back and change a couple things around. Let me just show you something how it works. Now this is all of the guts of the RA program is in here, guys. So they're getting not that they know that, but they're getting an analysis with everything taken into consideration. See, now if I click generate, it's a much different story, right? They get a different write-up here, and they can do that, right? They'd have plenty of money left. You see what I did? So I just changed now the monthly expenses just to show you. So they're able to do this for about 14 days, but you will get, let me show you what you get though. This is what you get. If I come back here and I go to my prospects, right? And I click refresh right here, right? Look who just showed up. Doris Jones just showed up. If I click scenarios, we collected the information that Doris put in. And it's obviously vague, right? Oops, it's jumping around here. Hang on. It's obviously vague, but you got the 7,000. You got her Social Security benefit. You got her assets in very, very basic form, and you got her expenses. And the day she wants to retire, right? So it's here. So what people do then is they actually copy this and they start detailing it out. But most importantly, though, if I go to the inbox right here, watch this. Go to my inbox, and I look up 9 to know right here, right? You could see, and this is important, right? She did this today. Does she want you to contact her? Sure does. So there you go. And she has 14 days left on her 9 to know calculator. And so that's what 9 to know is. Again, you can figure out where you use. A lot of people put it on their website, and they use it before big events, or they'll blast it out when people get in trouble. You'll get a yes here, and then you can get in touch with them. You have their phone number right here. Okay. What else you got, Marcus? Others?
Yeah, I don't show any other questions at this point in time. What I will do is I will go ahead and throw out a poll. If you want more information on Retirement Analyzer, the software itself, the 9 to know, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to get you out more information, or if you got pulled away for the webinar today, I certainly will have a copy of this in about an hour. I can get that back out to you as well. If anyone has any other questions, please feel free to throw them in the box below, but I do appreciate your time this morning. I appreciate Steve and Brooke, you guys taking time out of your busy schedule to share the information and the update on Retirement Analyzer. It's a significant tool. You guys have been great partners of Insurance Agency Marketing Services and your continued support. Appreciate that. I don't show any other questions this morning, so at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hope everyone has a great day, and I look forward to talking to everyone soon. Thank you.
Nice talking to you, Marcus. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.